You're watching the NCRA Sports Network, the #1 sports network in the nation, covering high school sports, NCRA Sports Network.
What a show we have for you guys tonight. We got great interviews, we recap the state championship games, and we bring it into basketball. We are NCRA Sports Network.
HSPN Sports and the NCRA Sports Network, the #1 high school broadcast network, bringing you high school sports and events in the nation.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Glenn Stout, and this is my co-host, Damian Hunt. We are the NCRA Sports Network. We're coming live from the Coral Springs Brews Room. Got a great show for you guys tonight. What's going on, Damian?
Oh, man, I'm excited. You're talking about the end of football. Saddened about that, but again, for my second love of basketball to come in, we're gonna do big things. Talking about bringing in some of the premier athletes of Broward County, and let's get ready to roll, man. I'm ready to get started.
Take it out of the pigskin. We're going to bring it onto the hard courts, but everybody's getting ready for Christmas. As you can see, Mr. 305, Coach DC, isn't with us again also tonight. He's still resting up. We hope the best for you, still praying for you. We hope you're checking out the show, and we hope he's doing well.
Oh, he's definitely doing well. Spoke to him yesterday. You feel that he's about 80%. Don't be surprised if you don't see him on the field training somebody tomorrow, because that's the type of person DC is. 305, come back. We're ready for you.
Absolutely. Today's show is a little special for you guys. We got a lot of interviews tonight from a lot of players all around Broward County area. We're going to break down the state championship games. That's 8A through 1A.
Yep.
And we're going to have interviews with Cardinal Gibbons, Boyd Anderson, Dillard, and Coral Glades High School. And we also have one of Coach Damian's special friends.
Actually, we have two. We have, two AFL, Arena Football League professional athletes, one by the name of Jeremy KELLEM, the other one by Josh PHILPART. Both are Broward County prodigies, and also both played at Deerfield Beach High School. I coached both of these young men, very proud of them. They went to the collegiate level, just pretty much ran through that, and looking at possibly doing some big things on a professional level. So I'm very excited to go ahead and interview those two, and also hopefully they can give words of wisdom to some of these high school athletes we have going right now that's planning on following their footsteps.
Absolutely. That's definitely what we want to see. We want to see people coming back like that, coming back to the community, Deerfield Beach High alumni, and give these kids advice on going to the next level.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Also in store, we're going to be wrapping up this football after these interviews are over, and we're taking you guys in to the big orange ball right here. The Krill Classic is going on this weekend right now in Coral Springs. We're going to give you guys a breakdown of the games that are going on this weekend and some of the teams. Stay tuned. We are NCRA Sports Network.
HSPN Sports. Sports Network, the #1 high school broadcast network, bringing you high school sports and events in the nation.
High school student athletes that graduate each year. Only 0.08% of these student athletes that graduate receive full scholarships.
Down the Brews Room, great taste is just the beginning. First thing that you'll notice, this is your kind of place. When you sit back and relax, you're gonna love the taste. Good times don't go to waste, you found the right place. Come on down the Brews Room, great taste is just the beginning.
You're watching the NCRA Sports Network, the #1 sports network in the nation, covering high school sports, NCRA Sports Network.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Glenn Stout. This is Damian Hunt. We're here live at the Coral Springs Brews Room. We got a great show for you guys tonight, and we're going to bring in the state championship games. We're going to start at 8A, and we're going to rattle them off going down.
Let's do it.
The first game is Cypress Bay versus Apopka. That was the 8A, the cream of the crop. Cypress Bay ended up losing that game 53-50. We expected a great game, and I didn't expect a high-scoring game like that, but my goodness, Cypress Bay's running back Matt Day had 22 rushes for 174 yards and 4 touchdowns. You can't ask for a better day than that.
No, you can't.
And receiving, Alex Montgomery had over 200 yards receiving with 3 touchdowns. On Apopka's side of the ball, Chandler Cox had 3 touchdowns on the ground for only 54 yards, but when they got in that red zone, there was no denying him getting into that end zone. And passing, Zach Darrington had 13 of 21 for 254 yards and 2 touchdowns. Wow. That's a great game.
That's amazing, Coach. That is amazing.
And like we said, that's 8A. That was a great game. Apopka beats Cypress Bay for the 8A state championship.
And, of course, I'm going to break down, Tallahassee Lincoln and St. Thomas. Phenomenal game. You're talking about St. Thomas taking down the juggernaut of Bradenton Manatee. It was a phenomenal game. The game was Lincoln 25, and you're defending. Now we can say defending as Coach, Coach Casulo, Rocco over there at St. Thomas, shout out to him, would say they haven't gone anywhere. And Coach Smith as well, they haven't gone anywhere, 41. We're talking about right now Lincoln. We got Mr. Robinson, 17 rushes for 56 yards. Also got Cameron Joseph, 12 rushes for 36 yards. For the combined total of 92 yards. But the three-headed monster at St. Thomas Aquinas Raiders, you're talking about Coppett, 22 rushes for 155 yards, 1 touchdown. John O'Corn, yes, the quarterback, 10 rushes for 96 yards. You heard me, 96 yards for 2 touchdowns. Then you had Deltron Sands, the phenomenal sophomore, at 1 rush, 15 yards. You also had the other beast, Mr. Mardre London, with one rush for 2 yards. But I'm telling you right now, they all combined for 35 rushes for 268 yards. Looking at the pass,
three-headed monster.
That's a three. Actually, you want to say a 4-headed monster because O'Corn came in and did his best Vic impression. You also passing for Lincoln. You're talking about Mr. Cameron Joseph. You have 15 for 22, 1 interception for 170 yards, but sacked 5 times. That means the defense of St. Thomas, they became just what they are, Raiders.
And that's exactly what we expected. We saw St. Thomas turn it on in the third game, and they didn't look back.
Well, not to mention, you have big and little Bosa. You got the big brother, Joey Bosa, the Ohio State commit, and then you have the freshman, little Nick Bosa. I don't know how little he is at 6'2.5" and 220 pounds. So you're talking about beasts. But let me get to the St. Thomas score. You're talking about Mr. John O'Corn, 11 for 26. 1 interception for 339 yards, 2 touchdowns. His longest were 80 yards. I'm talking about they ran roughshod all over Lincoln. Tallahassee, you had a nice run, but unless you're Florida State, I'm sorry. You had nothing against Broward County's elite. As George Smith says, they have not gone anywhere, and they showed that by beating Bradenton Manatee. It was phenomenal. We can go with all the stats all we want to. The most important thing, St. Thomas got in Tallahassee, and they just ran completely all over them.
You can't say it any better. St. Thomas got it done. We expected them to hit that buzzsaw early on in the season, and they ended up going up against some great teams and showing that they're proven to win in the playoff scenarios.
Absolutely.
But that was a 7A championship. St. Thomas won that game. We're going to take it down to 6A now. The 305. DC's probably smiling at home right now. That's Miami Central versus Gainesville. That was a great game also. We all knew what Central had to offer coming into this season. We watched Central all throughout the year. Gainesville is a powerhouse up in North Florida.
They are.
Let's not get it twisted. Gainesville ran through these opponents. They were hungry. They were ready to prove themselves against a team from South Florida. Let me just tell you something about 2 of the members of the bomb squad that we like to talk about, 305, Joseph Yearby and Dalvin Cook. Yearby had 23 carries, 140 yards, and 2 touchdowns, and they pulled him going into the 4th quarter. Dalvin Cook had 16 carries for 86 yards. He averaged over 6 yards a carry, and he had 2 touchdowns. And they pulled him, too. So as you can see, these 2 players, they could have ran up the score.
Oh, definitely.
That score was 37-14. They let off the gas.
All you got to do is say Dade County is for real. And I'm telling you right now, Centrals are doing the exact, they did basically whatever they wanted to do.
Absolutely. Gainesville, they came into this game. They came in this game hot. They were running through opponents. They scored also. They scored early. Ralph Webb, the running back, he had 20 carries for 170 yards, 2 touchdowns. He was averaging over 8 yards a carry against a Miami-Dade team. That's impressive.
That is impressive. There is nobody, maybe except for Adrian Peterson, that has stats like that.
I won't doubt that. I know you're the stat man. I won't doubt that. But that is the 6A state championship, Miami Central, Gainesville, 37-14.
And now I'm going to go over to 5A. And we're talking about Godby versus Immokalee. And we're talking about for Godby, rushing, J.T. Bradwell, 17 rushing for 77 yards, literally for 1 touchdown. His longest, 16. We got Khalid Thomas, 13 rushing for 70 yards. And he had a touchdown. His longest was 28. You're talking about Jalen Hayward. I mean, Godby legitimately barely pulled this off with a 21-20 victory over Immokalee. Now, of course, going over to Immokalee, we have DeErnest Johnson, 17 rushes, 63 yards, and he only had those 63 yards, no touchdown. We had Mr. Johnson. I want to say his name is Tashumbi. If I mess up your name, I apologize. This is live TV. This is how we do it down here in Broward County. And we had 20 rushes for 86 yards, and he actually had 2 touchdowns. Passing yards, we had Mr. Bradwell, 10 for 21, 1 interception, 108 yards. Tim Longmire, 2 for 2, no interceptions, 54 yards. For Immokalee, we had 24 for 39, Mr. Johnson, 3 interceptions.
That was the game changer.
You cannot win state championships when you turn the ball over. Ladies and gentlemen, it don't matter what level you're playing on. You turn the ball over, the chances of you losing are very high. And, of course, Godby came out, state champions representing, you know, I believe that's the Orlando area.
That's true. That's correct.
If memory serves me correctly. And they pulled it off 21-20.
Absolutely.
Phenomenal job over there.
We're going to take it down. Booker T. Washington. Everybody knows Booker T. We've been covering them all year.
Wow.
They played Jacksonville Bulls. They won the game 35-7, dominating fashion, another 305 victory. DC smiling at home. He knew it was going to happen. He called it before the season even started that these Dade County teams were going to win state championships. Trayon Harris rushed the ball, 12 rushes for 74 yards, 3 touchdowns. He was averaging over 6 yards a carry. When he got inside the red zone, there was no stopping him. That was like a Michael Vick impression. He was also doing it by air. He only threw 4 incomplete passes in the game.
Wow.
And he had over 245 yards passing for 2 touchdowns.
Wow.
That's Madden numbers.
Wow.
Jacksonville Bulls, they got hit in the mouth. They were shocked early.
Yeah, they did.
They only were able to put up 7 points. The quarterback, Colby Peters, was 13 of 30. I mean, they were sending the heat. He got sacked 5 times in that game, Damien.
That's when you got Pacquiao.
He threw 2 interceptions. He had 125 yards passing, 1 touchdown, though, the lone touchdown of the night. That is Booker T. Washington. Congratulations to Coach Ice, you guys down there. 35-7 state champs.
Now we're bringing it on to possibly the #1 ranked, my opinion, the #1 ranked school in all the nation. That's University School versus Madison County. And I'm telling you right now, what Coach Harriet is doing down there, if you haven't taken notice, you better take notice because Broward County came and represented. This was a tight fought game all the way through. With University pulling off the victory 24-17. But don't let the score fool you. Madison County was up the majority of this game until the 4th quarter. Then Harriet let them boys go. And I'm telling you, talking about right now rushing for University School. You have Scarlett, 18 for 73 yards, 1 touchdown. You have LeJuan Hunt. Must be a good ball player. His last name is Hunt. There you go. 1 for 5. I mean, you know, and he had a great game. Rushing for Madison, you have Keon Bruton for 30 rushes, 118 yards, 1 touchdown. Phenomenal. That's why they took the lead early. You have Deion Shea Wells, 6 for 30. He had no touchdown. But this is where it all came together. You're talking about Mr. Mike White. This is now the football player of the year for Florida for 3A. Mr. Mike White, 21 of 31, 282 yards, 2 touchdowns. He was only sacked once. The longest pass was 31. For Madison, 12 for 17, 1 interception. And this is Mr. DJ McKnight for 132 yards, 1 touchdown. I mean, it goes on and on and on. The hot man receiving for University School was DJ Taylor with 80 yards, and also Emmanuel Soto for 81 yards, and Cunningham for 85 yards. I mean, what happened is that basically University School showed that they're exactly, I mean, their name should be the Heat because they was shining bright University's son. Congratulations to also the Coach of the Year, Coach Harriet. Good job bringing it home for Broward County.
Absolutely. With University School, I watched the game live. We broadcast that game live up in Orlando. And Madison County came in. They hit University School in the mouth.
They did.
As my dad said and Coach DC said, University School didn't get off the bus until about the second quarter. Once they realized that it's time to play ball. Congratulations to University School on their state championship.
Absolutely.
We're going to take it down to 2A, University Christian versus Dade Christian. 305 wasn't able to pull this one out. I personally expected Dade Christian to win this game after watching what they had done all season long. I mean, they were running through teams. They were competing with the teams down in Miami Northwestern, Miami Central, teams like that are stacked. And this is a small Christian school that has trouble getting players into their school, and they were competing with the best. The final score of that game, University Christian came out on top 28-10. They had their running back, Jeremiah Hamlin, had 7 rushes, only 7, for 118 yards and 1 touchdown. He averaged over 16 yards a carry.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Dade Christian, their quarterback, Gary Sampson, he was 14 of 34 for 190 yards and 1 touchdown, but he was sacked 4 times in that game. Those 4 sacks were critical sacks because this was a close game all throughout the game. University opened it up more towards the middle of the game, towards the end. Dade Christian had sacks in crucial times on 3rd downs when they could have gotten points, and that's what switches the game over. Congratulations to University Christian, over Dade Christian, 28-10.
And, of course, I'm going to wrap it up with 1A. We're talking about Northview versus Trenton. And I'm telling you right now, the score, 42-21. And we're looking at the rushing yards for Northview. We got Mr. Kyles, 12 rushes for 127 yards, 1 touchdown. Brandon Freeman, 11 rushes for 70 yards, 1 touchdown. You have Ladarius Thomas, 10 rushes for 39 yards, 1 touchdown. That just goes to show you that they had a running game that legitimately Trenton could not stop. And we're looking at Trenton. You had a valiant effort. You had Mr. Stokes, 35 rushes, 199 yards. That's
a workhorse.
That's a workhorse. That is exactly a workhorse with 2 touchdowns. You have Stephen Smith, 5 rushes for 29 yards. And so you see the comparison in yards with Northview having, averaging anywhere from 70 to 80 to 90 yards. And here we go. Passing, you have Mr. Vaughn, 2 for 6 for only 8 yards. But guess what? You don't need to score if you have a running attack.
Absolutely.
Like what Northview had.
Pound the rock, control the clock.
And that's exactly what happened. So congratulations to Northview, and that wraps up the state championship.
My goodness.
I'm saddened to see football being
I'm
over.
out of
We
breath.
have a lot of bowl games coming up, and and of course we can't forget about Dade County versus the rest of Florida.
That's correct.
Wow. I mean, that just goes to show you how much talent Dade County has. It's Dade County, one county versus whomever they want to bring on this side. That's ridiculous.
And we also want to remind the people at home, the Broward versus North Broward versus South Broward game. North Broward actually ended up winning that game. I called that one. I know, Damien, you were a little hurt when I called that game.
Hey, well, I'm from North Broward, so I was torn, But, hey, kudos to Coach Jeff Mathis and
congratulations,
also Coach Art Taylor, who coached the South. And they just, they had one too many mistakes, and North brought it home.
It's great to see those kids be able to play in the All-Star games after a tough season.
Absolutely.
Some of them didn't make it into the playoffs, but they got to go out there, showcase their talents. We're really proud of those guys up in Broward County. As he said, Dade County versus the world. I'm going to go ahead and say it versus the world because it might as well be versus the world. They're not going to be able to bring anybody in to compete with Dade County, in my opinion, after seeing what's going on in this playoff picture.
Absolutely.
But that is the 8A through 1A 2012 state championship games. We covered them all, NCRA Sports Network. You guys know you can catch us live all the time. Next season, you better be ready because we're bringing it back. We're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, we're going to open it up with the best part of the night. Damien loves interviewing these kids, loves getting inside their head. We're going to head into the interviews. Stay tuned.
You're watching the NCRA Sports Network, the #1 sports network in the nation, covering high school sports, NCRA Sports Network.
room. Great taste is just the beginning. First thing that you'll notice, this is your kind of place. When you sit back and relax, you're gonna love the taste. Good times don't go to waste. You found the right place. Come on down to Brew's Room. Great taste is just the beginning.
We're here, we got your back.
And you can go back and get your college degree and come back and help us, man.
It all started with a dream. And now it's up to us to keep it alive.
If you're sitting out there and you're wondering, you have to start that process.
Education comes first.
Gave me a better opportunity to make it in life. Live your dreams.
HSPN Sports and the NCRA Sports Network, the #1 high school broadcast network, bringing you high school sports and events in the nation. HSPN Sports and the NCRA Sports Network, the #1 high school broadcast network, bringing you high school sports and events in the nation.
Welcome back. This is Coach Damian Hunt here at NCRA Sports. If you notice to my right, we've got a couple of young men, and these are the talent of Cardinal Gibbons Chief. How y'all doing, gentlemen?
I'm good.
Excellent. Let me go ahead and introduce everybody. This is Mr. Sean the Hitman Whittaker. This is Alfred Cover Anybody Battle. This is George Catch Anything Rushing. And this is Mr. TREVON Will Dog You on the Field Lee. I had an opportunity to coach these young men during the summer, and the first question go to you, Sean. First of all, explain to everybody what position you play and what class are you in right now?
I play safety, and I'm class of 2013.
Okay, you're a senior. Mr. Alfred, I like to call him Mouth Almighty Battle. He will talk a lot of trash, but he backs it up. I need to know also what position you play, sir, and what class you're in.
Corner, 2013.
Okay, George Rushin. Okay, if the name sounds familiar, check. Go ahead and Google his father. The father was an all-star at the University of Florida, George Rushin Sr. I need to know what class are you in, sir, and what position do you play? And Mr. Treyon, I need to know what position you play and what class are you in, sir?
Receiver, class of 2014.
Okay, now first I want to actually get into something serious. All right, we like to talk about grades here. All right, and of course with KDA, KDA Foundation, we all about making sure that the urban community are taken care of, but also to make sure that you guys are on the forefront of making sure that we understand that everything is about education. So I need to know, give me grades, and if you're taking the test scores, I need to know test scores. So give me some grades, Sean. Give it to me.
So far, I have a 3.0.
3.0?
3.0. I took the SAT. I got a 1440. I'm taking the first one in January again, and I'm taking the first ACT in February.
Okay.
And I didn't take the ACT yet, so I'm taking the first one in February.
Okay.
And that's just about it.
Okay. And Mr. Battle, I need to know the GPA and a test score. Give it to me.
We have a 3.2 right about now.
3.2. Okay. Yes. We don't have any dummies here in Broward County. I'm just putting it out there. Go ahead.
Test scores, I just took the ACT, and I'm awaiting the scores on that one.
Okay.
SAT got about a 1400 on it.
Oh,
trying to get a little higher, so we're all reaching for new heights.
That's excellent. I didn't get a 1400 at all. I probably got half of that. All right, Mr. George Rushin, I need to know exactly. You're being a junior, okay, and also a starter. These two young men back here in the background, two juniors, two studs for Cardinal Gibbons. So shout out to Coach Morrell over there. I need to know GPA. And if you took a test score?
Right now I have 2.9, and I don't know my test scores. I haven't taken it yet. Okay. But I'm awaiting the score.
All right. And Mr. Lee, I need to know exactly GPA and test scores?
My GPA right now is a 4.0. I take my grades serious, and I didn't take the SAT or the ACT yet, so I'm going to take it next year.
Okay. Now, most importantly, what I want you guys to understand, I want the world to know. Of course, we're doing this live. I want to know exactly, are there any schools looking at you right now?
Right now, none so far right now.
Okay. All right, Mr. Battle.
We're sitting on a couple schools looking at me right now.
Okay.
I got an email from Mettenberger yesterday.
Okay.
Got a couple contacts from Endicott. JU might walk on there. Got accepted a couple weeks ago. So hopefully we're always looking for new things. Go out there and grab.
Sounds good. Mr. George Rushin, what are we looking like? Are we looking at some schools right now?
Some schools I know interest, Clemson, FAU, Hawaii, Texas Tech. I don't know any other schools, but
wow.
Some more.
And Mr. Lee, now let me go ahead and throw some stats at you. This young man is all county this year, okay? And you're talking about within the top 5, I want to say the top 5, top 10% of Broward County. So this is a junior that's coming back next year to wreak some havoc. I need to know what schools out there are banging down your parents' door right now.
I have offers from Purdue, Boston College, Duke, South Carolina. Missouri's my newest offer, and I have a lot of interest from schools like Miami, Florida, Stanford, USC, big schools like that. So, yeah.
Stanford. Wow. Okay. I didn't get any of those offers. I'm pretty bitter right now. So I need a letter from somebody's school saying that you want me. Okay, that's all I'm putting out there. But my thing is that I want to know right now, you guys take school very seriously. Cardinal Gibbons is a private institute, and you guys need to understand that it's very important. I want to know exactly what do you get if you have a freshman in front of you. Give me some advice to tell that freshman. What would you tell a freshman right now about being a student athlete?
Right now, just out of everything, just hit your books. Just hit your books out of everything, because later it's going to come back to haunt you. And I'm just saying, just hit your books,
Okay, Mr. Battle.
I tell them don't be timid. If they have questions, go ahead and ask. We've been playing this sport for a while now, as seniors. So we always have a little bit more edge in what's going on in the game. We can read things a little faster. So they're going to be a little timid at times. So it's always pretty good to ask questions and learn from everybody else.
Mr. George, you're pretty new. This is your second year at Cardinal Gibbons. But what would you tell a freshman, coming in to Cardinal Gibbons get freshmen all the time. They have underclassmen. What type of advice would you tell a freshman coming in to play football and at the same time getting his books?
I would tell them always make time for your books all the time, as much as you can, but also just grind in the weight room and do what you got to do. It's not about what people do when they're watching, dude. It's about what you do when nobody's watching. Integrity.
That's what you call character. And Mr. TREVON Lee, I'm going to ask you a little bit of a question. I asked him about education. Explain to me what you think and what you think a young person needs to know about playing football at the highest level. What type of things do you do to prepare you to go against top-notch athletes of Broward County, and if not beyond?
Overall, I take school first. School's gonna get you into college first. You take school seriously first, get the grades up. That'll get you into college enough. You go to practice, work hard, perform on Friday nights, and you'll get there easy.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. This is Cardinal Gibbons of Broward County in Fort Lauderdale. If you haven't heard, go to Coach Morrow. He'll let you know everything you need to know. He's also the AD out there. Coming up next, we're going to have Corey Glades of Coral Springs. NCRA Sports coming back at you right after this commercial break.
How far are you willing to go?
Come on down to Bruce Room. Great taste is just the beginning. First thing that you'll notice, this is your kind of place. When you sit back and relax, you're gonna love the taste. Good times don't go to waste. You found the right place. Come on down to Bruce Room. Great taste is just the beginning.
You are watching the NCRA Sports Network, the #1 sports network in the nation, covering high school sports. NCRA Sports Network.
Here we go again. This is Damian Hunter, NCRA Sports, and we have Cora Glaze of Coral Springs right to my right. We actually have Mr. Courtney Wright, and next to him is the offensive lineman, Mr. Brandon Burrell. How y'all doing today?
I'm doing good.
Good, good, good. Now, I need to know what position you play and what class are you right now, sir?
I'm a class of 2013 defensive end and linebacker.
Wow, okay. And Mr. Brandon Burrell, I need to know what position you play and what class you're in.
I'm also in the class of 2013, and I play offensive line and defensive line.
Okay. Well, the first question is going to go to you, Brandon. I need to know what your GPA is and if you're taking a test score.
My GPA right now is a 3.0. I got a 22 on my ACTs, and I got a 1250 on my SATs right now.
Absolutely phenomenal. Mr. Courtney Wright, I need to also get some grades and let me know what these test scores looking like.
Well, my GPA right now is a 2.8, and I have a 1530 on the SAT, but that's the only test I took right now.
Okay. Now, I know that you guys didn't have the greatest of seasons this year. You know, we went more toward a rebuilding stage, you know, for Coral Glaze. And, of course, ladies and gentlemen, those that don't know where Coral Glaze is, it's in Coral Springs, Florida. But explain to me, what have you learned going forward in having a very, very difficult football season? What are you going to take from this season going on to the next level for your collegiate careers?
Well, the first thing I would be thankful is, like, I'd be thankful for the coaches, that staffing that we have, because we didn't really have much of a coaching staff. We only had 2 coaches. So I would get as much coaching as I can to build up my technique. And I also learned and take from the fact that I had to go through a lot of struggles, so I would take how much harder I would have to work to get better. That's pretty much it.
Okay. Mr. Brandon Burrell, same question. What are you going to take from having a difficult football season for the collegiate level next year?
Well, the first thing I'm gonna do is take all my techniques that I've learned. You know, take all my moves and all my speed and all that. But we had a struggle season. There's stuff you have to go through. So even if it's not as struggle at the next level, I'm still gonna play as if like I'm in a struggle. I do need to work harder than the dudes that are already there to get on the field.
Okay, great. Now, are there any schools looking at the both of you guys, Mr. Brandon Burrell?
Right now, I'm being looked at by FAU. That's it right now.
FAU, that's an excellent school, Mr. Wright. I need to know if any schools are looking at you, sir.
There's mainly 4 schools looking at me right now. That'd be University of South Dakota, University of South Alabama, which have given me offers, and there's University of Middle Tennessee State, and University of Illinois State too.
That's funny that you said Middle Tennessee State. A little later on today, we're going to meet one of my old players. And believe it or not, I actually coached these 2 young men. Phenomenal young men, phenomenal character. But a little bit later on in the show, we're actually going to be interviewing one of those Middle Tennessee State's alumni, Mr. Jeremy KELLEM. But one thing I want to get you guys to understand is that even though you had a difficult season, you know, I want to make sure that you guys do your very level best to take whatever you learn from this level. You've been coached by Coach Jeff Mathis and Coach DC and Coach Ronnie Hayward, myself, and Coach Nick Carr. You got a lot of young men, you know, a lot of men that see a lot of you guys. So I want to make sure that you guys carry your potential. You got 3.0s. You got to carry that to the next level, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Cora Glaze High School coming out of Coral Springs, Florida. Next, after the commercial break, we have Boyd Anderson. If you hear a bunch of hissing, that's the Cobras coming. So watch out. This is NCRA Sports coming right after the break.
Come on down to Bruce Room. Great taste is just the beginning. First thing that you'll notice, this is your kind of place. When you sit back and relax, you're gonna love the taste. Good times don't go to waste. You found the right place. Come on down to Bruce Room. Great taste is just the beginning.
There are over 1,800 colleges and universities in the nation. There are over 10 million high school student athletes that graduate each year. Only 0.08% of these student athletes that graduate receive full scholarships.
We're here, we got your back.
And you can go back and get your college degree and come back and help us, man.
It all started with a dream. And now it's up to us to keep it alive.
If you're sitting out there and you're wondering, you have to start that process.
Education comes first. You never know what the future holds.
Gave me a better opportunity to make it in life. Live your dreams.
How far are you willing to go?
You're watching the NCRA Sports Network, the #1 sports network in the nation, covering high school sports, NCRA Sports Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we're back again. This is Damian Hunt, NCRA Sports, and we're in the location of Bruges Room, Coral Springs. And now, if you hear some hissing, it's not by accident. Don't turn down the volume. It's nothing. It's not your cable television. This is Boyd Anderson Cobras. We got Mr. Darrell, real deal young. We got Mr. Leonard, will hit anything that comes his way, Pell. We got Warren. I'm talking about. We got actually Warren. Man, I haven't seen you in forever. This young man did his thing in the All-Star game. So I'm talking about, we got RAYNARD, Warren, and we got Mr. Larry Hill. I mean, how y'all doing, man? It almost feels like forever since I seen you guys.
We're good.
Good? Good. Now, of course, you know I'm going to go ahead and ask these questions. I need GPAs first. I need test scores second. I need to know what year you're in that order. Mr. Real Deal Young?
Well, I got a 2.8 GPA. 2.8 GPA, 24 on the ACT, and I'm in the class 2013.
All right, Mr. Pell?
I have a 2.8 GPA, a 23 on the ACT, a 1460 on the SAT, and class of 2013.
All right, Mr. Warren, I need to know. Give me. I need GPA, I need grades, and what year you're in.
GPA 2.4. SAT, no ACT, 19, and year 2013.
Of course, we're bringing up the real. Give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. GPA, test scores, and what year you're in?
GPA 2.5, test score ACT 23, and class of 2013.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Boyd Anderson crew, and they're headed up by Mr. Coach Wayne Blair, and we're here in Lauderdale Lakes, and of course. These young men gave St. Thomas all that they could possibly handle. This team, I'm telling you right now, if it was not St. Thomas, I do believe we will be looking at the state champions right now. So, Mr. Real Deal Young, you got an opportunity to play in the All-Star game, North versus South. What did you take away from that game?
Well, I took away that there's a lot of good players out there. You just gotta go there, work hard, and show out.
Okay. Now, of course, you know one of the key contributors that's not here today is Mr. Eddie Action Jackson. But Mr. Pell, I want to ask you a question. What are you taking from this year? You guys came so close. People chose Dwyer to beat you guys. People chose all these different obstacles to come against you guys and actually just run through you guys, and you guys stopped them every single time. So what type of thing are you bringing in next year that helped you out this year?
Mostly, I would say overcoming adverse situations. because we were the underdog in a lot of games this year, and a lot of people didn't expect us to make it as far as we did. I would think that would be the biggest thing.
Okay. Now, Mr. Warren, not a lot, they see your stature, and I don't think you got the respect that you deserve this year. But they quickly found out exactly how lethal you were when that ball got into your hands. How does it feel for everybody to look at you and just pretty much disrespect who you are? Like you can't do anything on the football field. Explain to the national viewers, how does that make you feel?
Well, it made me want to work harder. It made me want to be even better than I am right now. So I like to be the underdog. I like to be the one that everyone looks at, to not be the one that really does anything. So when I do make big plays, or when I do bring in big tackles,
Okay. Well, Mr. Hill, I gotta ask you. I saw you in a lot of those games, and you were just pretty much snatching people. I think legitimately, I'm gonna go ahead and give him the nickname Larry Body Snatcher Hill. You were snatching cats like I've never seen before. You were ripping cats' heads off. So my question to you is that, what if I don't know how many schools are looking for you, but I want to know, what are you going to offer to a school that's going to give you a full ride scholarship? Tell the viewers what they're going to get when the body snatcher hit the football field.
What you're going to get is a hard-working young man and determined to do whatever I have to do to make it.
There you go. I mean, the truth of the matter is, like they said, I've always heard the adage, the proof is in the pudding, but right now the proof is in the promise. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Boyd Anderson, Colbert. Don't adjust your volume. It is a lot of hissing, because this is the pit. We will come back. NCRA Sports, we're coming back from you. Dillard is coming next. Get ready. Panthers are on the prowl. NCRA Sports after these commercial breaks.
Great taste is just the beginning. First thing that you'll notice, this is your kind of place. When you sit back and relax, you're gonna love the taste. Good times don't go to waste. You found the right place. Come on down to Bruce Room. Great taste is just the beginning.
You are watching the NCRA Sports Network, the #1 sports network in the nation, covering high school sports. NCRA Sports Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. This is Damian Hunt, NCRA Sports here, Bruce Room in Coral Springs. To my right, we have a very special young man from Dillard Panthers of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. We got Mr. Terrence Grant. How you doing today, sir?
Doing good, doing good. I'm just thanking God to be here. I mean, it's lovely right here right now. I mean, I'm loving it.
Well, we're going to jump right in. We're going to jump right in. First of all, I need to know what grade you're in, and I need to know your GPA.
Well, I'm a junior, and my GPA is a 2.5.
Okay.
Right now, so it's all good. I mean, I'm trying to get it up. I'm doing the best I can. I mean, I got my mama out here supporting me, and I mean, I'm just loving it right now. Like my life right now is great. So I mean, I'm just trying to do whatever so I could like be the best that I can be to my mama and just get my GPA up so I could go on to school and do whatever I gotta do.
But there you go. Now, Terrence Grant comes to a lot of our academic camps. I mean, phenomenal young man trying to make sure that he does the right thing, you know, on and off the football field. My question to you, one of the things I want to ask you is this. I want to know what your goals are in life, okay? I know everybody wants to play the NFL. I'm 33. I want to play in the NFL. Well, now I don't want to play in the NFL. I want to get the checks that NFL players get. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not getting hit by those 300-pound dudes.
Yeah.
But in any event, what are some of your goals? I want to know, you know, if you can't play another down of football, what are you going to do?
Well, I had spoke to my mom about this too. I had told her that my goal is to be a mechanic. So I mean, it's my good major. I mean, I love cars, and I mean that's what I love to do. And if not that, I mean, like I still can help out with little kids, mentor them, and just do the best I can, just to make them be the better person just when they grow up.
Okay.
Because I mean, my little brother right now, I mean, I would want him to be better than me.
Right.
So right now, how things going, my goal is actually working because he's actually following my footsteps and he's trying to be better than me.
Right.
So I mean, it's all great. I mean, I'm loving it. So my goal is just like keep going, just keep going, and I'm just trying to make it happen.
Okay.
Right
now, of course, you know, Mr. Grant here, I know he's going to be, real modest. But the good thing is that, you know, he's doing, and you heard him say it several times, he wants to do it for his mother. Ladies and gentlemen, one thing we find out is that not a lot of people respect their parents the way that they should respect their parents. And we got a young man that's actually personifying exactly how you do that. And the one thing that you have to take in consideration is that the very point that he wants his, he wants his little brother to be better than him, that just goes to show you he's willing to step up and do everything that's possible. Now, that's off the football field.
Yes, sir.
All right. I saw you against Ely, Blanche Ely to be exact, of Pompano Beach at the Soul Bowl.
Yes,
and I thought, again, I thought I saw you, you hit a cat so hard one time. I thought, you were going to get, you were literally going to get it and get in some trouble because you just went ahead and just went to work. But explain to me, what do you plan on doing for next year, on the football field? What are you going to do next year? I mean, you're a junior right now,
yes,
class
sir.
of 2014. What are your goals for next year?
Well, my goal for next year, I'm the team captain, so I'm trying to bring my team to a whole nother level.
Okay.
And just by doing that, like I'm gonna be a leader on the field and off the field, school-wise, field, just getting everything right, doing everything that I can do, just so these coaches can look at me and just be like, okay, yeah, he's really been working. Since my freshman year, I seen seniors that really wasn't doing it right, but some was. But it's just like everybody was not equal.
Right.
So I want to do the best I can just so I can make everybody equal as one, so all of us can understand and just work out together.
Okay.
And like we could be just like be dominant. Because next year I told them we going to state next year.
But there you go. I mean,
work hard.
You guys made it to the first round playoff this year.
Yes, sir.
And that's not a bad thing at all. But of course, you want to set your goals high. And one thing I want you to do is look into the camera and talk to a young man and tell him what he need to do as far as making sure he does the right thing on and off the football field. Go ahead and talk to the camera and let him know out there.
All right, well, the right thing to do, all y'all got to do is just do what you got to do in school first, because education is first, and then after that, the field is last. Because like without education, you can't be doing anything right now, because like my mama had raised me that way. Like y'all parents gonna raise y'all that way also, because like without her, I wouldn't have been here. Even with my stepdad, like he teach me a lot. He teach me like the whole important part of discipline. So just listen to y'all parents, just listen to the grown-ups, just listen to what they gotta say, and after that, just work hard on the field and work hard in school. And after that, y'all can do what y'all gotta do, and that's how you gonna work from now.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, how do you follow that up? You got a young man here, Dillard Panthers. You're doing Fort Lauderdale very proud. I'm proud to be sitting next to you. He's from Broward County, so that just go to show you we do very well here. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up next, we're getting ready to go ahead and do some interviews with some young men that have made it to the next level, collegially and professionally. We got Mr. Terrence Grant, phenomenal job. Your mom, your parents, the society, you're doing them well, my man, and I appreciate you coming on to the show. Ladies and gentlemen, this is NCRA Sports. We're out here in Bruce Room, Coral Springs, Florida. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
Come on down to Bruce Room. Great taste is just the beginning. First thing that you'll notice, this is your kind of place. When you sit back and relax, you're gonna love the taste. Good times don't go to waste. You found the right place. Come on down to Bruce Room. Great taste is just the beginning.
There are over 1,800 colleges and universities in the nation. There are over 10 million high school student athletes that graduate each year. Only 0.08% of these student athletes that graduate receive full scholarships.
We're here, we got your back.
And you can go back and get your college degree and come back and help us, man.
It all started with a dream. And now it's up to us to keep it alive.
If you're sitting out there and you're wondering, you have to start that process.
Education comes first. You never know what the future holds.
Gave me a better opportunity to make it in life. Live your dreams.
How far are you willing to go?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Damian Hunt, and if you notice, I got two very, very big individuals. These are the young men from Arena Football League. We got Mr. Josh Philpart, and we got also Mr. Jeremy J.K. Kellem. These young men, I've coached at Deerfield Beach High School. These are products of Broward County. And the reason why I want to bring these young men on the field to wrap up the football season is because I know that there's a lot of young men that's playing high school ball that's hoped to even make it to the next level, the collegiate level, and eventually to the professional league. Mr. Joshua Philpart, can you let everybody know what high school you went to, what college you went to, and what AFL football team you played for?
I went to Deerfield Beach High School, graduated and went to Jacksonville University, and I currently play for the Jacksonville Sharks.
Yes, that's right. You heard it. Deerfield. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jeremy Kellem, I need to ask you the same questions. What high school, what college, and what professional teams have you played for?
Well, I went to the best high school, Deerfield Beach High School.
You better say it again. You better say it again.
But Pride. I graduated from Middle Tennessee State University, and I currently play for the Arizona Rattlers in the AFL.
There you go. I want to first of all let you guys know, Mr. Joshua Philpart, you actually led all Division II with receiving yards, actually set records. How did you go ahead and do that and make that transition from high school to the collegiate level?
Just hard work. I work with elite athletes, Al Harris, Tyrone Carter. They just showed me the ropes, showed me hard work pays off.
Okay. And now, Mr. Jeremy Kellem. Now, you were, first team Sun Belt team. I believe you're a Rookie of the Year defensively for the New Orleans Voodoos. You set a record for the most interception by a rookie with 96 tackles. How did you go ahead and make the transition from coming from Deerfield to Middle Tennessee State? 4-year starter, mind you. Same thing with Mr. Josh Philpart, and also made it and catapulted into the professional league. How did you do that?
First of all, I want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Without him, I couldn't do any of that. A lot of hard work, great parents, guidance, coaches like yourself at Deerfield Beach and Art Taylor. They put us on the right track, had us working hard. When I went to college, just stay humble. I always had a chip on my shoulder because people look at my size and say, oh, he's too small, he can't tackle, can't do this, he's not fast enough. So I always had that chip on my shoulder and stay hungry. And I just stayed motivated and I always had set the goal. I want to make it to the top, which is the NFL, and haven't got there yet. So I just keep grinding and use that as motivation.
Listen, I'm going to put it out there. There's 32 teams that needs both of these young men. 32. I don't care if you win the Super Bowl, if you win undefeated. You got Josh Philpart, who will catch anything that comes his way. you got Jeremy Kellem that will hit anything that come his way. I want to ask you guys to look into the camera and tell a young man what they need to do to make it from high school, because everybody wants to play D1 and have their name in lights. Everybody wants their name on the back of the jersey. I'm going to buy me a jersey and I'm going to put my own name on the back of it. But that's another question for another day. But explain to the listening viewers, you know, we got people listening all across the world. I mean, we got Senegal, Africa, you know, we got London and everybody. Explain to them exactly what they need to do in order for them to make it to go to college and then beyond.
Stay humble, work hard, and keep God first.
I mean, what else can you say, Mr. JK?
Well, all of those things as well. And first, you know, got to get your grades, because without a grade, you can't even get on the field. And, you know, when you get to college, get the degree, because that's going to last longer than your career. And just stay focused and always set the goals, know the goals. A lot of times, you know, things get hard, times get hard, you get discouraged. But just always remember what you're working hard for and trying to achieve.
Now, one question I want to ask you is most important question out there, not your stats. What was your major and did you graduate?
My major was business administration. I did graduate in 2012.
Okay, Mr. Jeremy Kellem, I want to know what your major was, and also did you graduate from Middle Tennessee, sir?
My major is communication. I want to be a sports broadcaster, and I graduated in December 2010.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have it right here. These young men not only came from Broward County, okay, and there's only literally one school in Deerfield, but there's really one school in Broward County that's even worth talking about. And of no disrespect to Boyd Anderson, Dillard, Cardinal Gibbons, Cora Glades, but Deerfield High, we produce some beasts out there. I'm just saying, you know, that's just, you put it out there. But with things at the same time too, you have to take in consideration. These are young men that made it. Okay, these are young men that went from Broward County to the collegiate rank, destroyed the collegiate rank with the professional league, and they're continuing to actually go for those goals. And I want to thank both of you guys for coming out. You know, you guys, I know both of you guys for a very long time. Know your parents, great parents, and of course you hear their relationship with God. You hear their relationship with, you know, their coaches, and that's the most important thing. And ladies and gentlemen, they did graduate from high school with great GPAs, well over 3.3s for the both of them. I know that for a fact. They both graduated college. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want the best, you produce the best. Broward County produces the best. Deerfield Beach produces two great individuals. Both were coached by Art Taylor and myself. I'm going to take some credit. And also, Denard Shoelace Robinson, Jason Pierre Paul, JPP. We out there. Adrian Whitty, Cassius McDowell. We all out there. But most importantly, they came back to speak to the young men. I want to thank the both of them. AFL, thank you. NFL, pick these two young men up. Joshua Philpart, Jeremy Kellem, K-E-L-L-E-M. Not an N, not a Y, Kellem. They're available. Come get them. I've seen a lot of safeties that are not doing their jobs. I see a lot of receivers dropping the ball. This is NCRA Sports. We're right here in Bruce Green, Coral Springs. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks. Thank you for having us.
Come on down to Bruce Room. Great taste is just the beginning. First thing that you'll notice, this is your kind of place. When you sit back and relax, you're gonna love the taste. Good times don't go to waste. You found the right place. Come on down to Bruce Room. Great taste is just the beginning.
You are watching the NCRA Sports Network, the #1 sports network in the nation, covering high school sports, NCRA Sports Network.
Welcome back, everybody. What an exciting show we have for you tonight. I know you haven't seen me in a while. Damien was on a roll with those interviews, man. We are really proud to have those kids involved with NCRA Sports,
yes,
KDA. Well, I mean, we just hope the best for all those kids, whether they're on their way out graduating, whether they're underclassmen, whether they're successful in the business world and in the professional
Absolutely.
ranks. We appreciate you guys coming on. We appreciate you guys following us off of Facebook, NCRASportsNetwork.com, and basically Brewers Room. We're really happy to be here. Damien, that was a great job with those interviews.
I mean, you know, my thing is that I'm very proud of all these young men. You know, Boyd Anderson and Cardinal Gibbons and Dillard and Corey Glades and the young men from AFL. You know, everybody was just trying to do their very level best, and I'm just very proud that they came out and we had a good time.
Absolutely. And we're gonna take it now. I'm feel bad saying it. It's gonna hurt my soul when I say it. We got to get rid of the pigskin. It's going to hurt. We go through it every year as football fans. It's in my blood. It's been instilled in me since I was a child. Man, football is a way of life. Yeah. And going on after this is over, I'll just be thinking about high school football. I know you'll be thinking about it. I know you and me will be talking about it.
Absolutely.
I know Coach DC at home. He's going to be sitting at home writing on his notebooks talking about next year's games. So we're definitely looking forward to that. But we're going to switch it over to this sport with this orange ball. I think they call it basketball.
Breaking news. We will be covering the All-Star game, Dade versus the Universe.
Oh, my goodness.
At Travis Powell Stadium this Saturday. So, Dade County, we're coming down. I don't know who we're bringing. We may actually have some people that play in the NFL. I have no idea.
You never know. You never know who's coming with NCRA Sports.
We will be out there, though. We will be out there.
And also this weekend, as we said, the start of basketball, the Krell Classic in Coral Spring. It's a staple of basketball preseason, getting these kids prepped, getting these kids from all over the country. There's some teams right here I have on this list right here, competing all over the nation. This is a very popular event before the season starts. Right. This list of teams usually that come into town, they're the ones that top out the top 10, top 20 teams in basketball throughout the country.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, you got people from Plantation, Miami. You got Georgia coming down. You have High Point, North Carolina, Kentucky, Maryland. I mean, they're coming from all over the place. Washington, D.C., wow.
It's amazing. And as a matter of fact, last year's 2011 winner is a homegrown Coral Springs Christian Academy, which is a small Christian school located in Coral Springs, right actually down the street. They compete against these teams all over the country, from Kentucky, Lexington, North Carolina, all over the state of Florida. There's some great talent. I don't know if we have Dwyer coming in this one. Dwyer actually won the state championship last year. They were actually one of the ranked highest teams in the country.
Right.
I know Ely is ranked high basketball-wise. I think they're actually in the top 15 teams in the entire nation, so we should expect to see a lot out of Ely.
Absolutely. Led by Mr. Melvin Randall, who was also a coach at Deerfield Beach High School when I went to Deerfield Beach High School. So, of course, he breeds, great talent. He has a young man by the name of Kenny Boynton that plays for University of Florida. So, I mean, they're out there, and everybody's just doing a great job, man. South Florida is not only, our claim to fame is football, but we have some athletes playing some basketball as well.
Absolutely. And we're really excited to bring that to you. NCRA Sports Network, like we said, we don't just cover football, we cover all the sports. We are transitioning into basketball. 2012-2013 basketball season is heading your way. Make sure you guys check us out. We'll still be coming live, having our weekly broadcast. You can check out our radio show. Follow us on Facebook, NCRASportsNetwork.com. You can follow us on Twitter, NCRA Sports. We are worldwide. We're coming to a neighborhood near you, and we're really excited about this basketball season and what it has to offer. Baseball's around the corner, but we want to thank everybody, all the football coaches that have been involved throughout the whole season, bringing their kids up for the interviews, bringing themselves up to bring their interviews. I know it's tough. You know, being a coach, how difficult it is game planning for games and whatnot. So we really want to thank everybody involved with the football season, the 2012 football season. And, man, we just got great things to come ahead.
We do. I mean, of course, you can't leave out the ladies. Of course, we're going to be bringing on, these ladies athletes. We got people on the West Coast. Miss, Liz Lavulu from Las Vegas area, and you got Tonto Irie from Hot 105 here. I mean, we got everybody doing big things, and it just cultivates the family atmosphere that we have going on right now. KDA is doing a phenomenal job. NCRA, 560 Sports Radio, HSPN Sports. I mean, we're all over the place, man. We're taking over. Get ready for our cable channel. It's coming up.
Absolutely. We'll be worldwide. Everybody will know who we are. We're out there to help high school athletes get a degree, get an education, and know that sports isn't the only way. You get an education, that comes first. That's what gets you far in life.
Absolutely.
We want to thank the Coral Springs Brews Room for having us tonight. What a great show. I'm going to need to get a drink of water because we've been talking so much. I know you've been talking a lot.
Yeah.
But we want to thank you all for watching the show tonight. We want to wish everybody a happy holidays, Merry Christmas around the corner. And Coach DC, me and Damien want to let you know we're praying for you. We hope to see you soon. We hope you guys enjoy the show. I'm Glenn Stout. This is Damien Hunt, and we are the NCRA Sports Network.
You are watching the NCRA Sports Network, the #1 sports network in the nation, covering high school sports. NCRA Sports Network.
HSPN Sports and the NCRA Sports Network, the #1 high school broadcast network, bringing you high school sports and events in the nation.
At Keeping Dreams Alive Foundation, we believe that if you change one life, you can change a generation.